So after spending $25,000 on OnlyFans marketing from platforms like TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and you name it, there are certain things that we've realized, and there are 3 methods that I'll teach in this specific video that you must follow going into 2025 to ensure that you actually work on marketing and it finally actually gets results and it works. Because look, at the end of the day, if you are signing on a client at a 50-50 deal, you have to provide 50% of the value, my friend. You cannot just do the chatting and get away with taking 50%. That's not fair, right? And there are 3 things that I'm going to cover in today's video. The third one, the last one, being the most important one, because if you miss it, you are literally wasting your time. You might as well not do any of it. So make sure you pay close attention to the last one. So first things first, I need to give the context, right? Like, yourself, if you're new to OnlyFans management, you need to understand, if you sign on a client, and let's just say this girl has been doing OnlyFans for 1 year, right? 1 whole year, 12 months. And during this 12 months, she has been posting every single day consistently. She's been doing TikToks, Reels, and so on and so on. You know, it has taken her 12 months to get to where she is right now. If you come on board and you're saying, yeah, we can do better than that in the first month, you have to catch up on what she has done in 12 months in the first 30 days. Now, is that possible? Sure, it is doable. However, is it likely, especially you if you're just starting out? No, it's very unlikely that you're going to be able to replicate what she has done in 12 months in your first month, right? So one of the first things is managing expectations. So that's the first method, is managing expectations, but not about specifically that. It's more about the content. So going back to the whole 50-50 split. So if you're doing 50% of the work, therefore the client obviously have to do the other 50%. Now, what does the client actually, have to do? The only thing they really have to do is creating the content, both the safe for work content and not safe for work content. The safe for work content is the one that goes out for social media. The not safe for work content is obviously the thing that you're going to be selling on the OnlyFans platform. Now, this is the method number 1, or the lesson number 1, is managing expectations on how much content will your client actually have to do, right? So one thing that me and my business partner, Harry, made a mistake on in the early days is we would say what the client wants to hear on the onboarding call, or like the actual call before they even sign up with us, which would be something along the lines of like, oh yeah, we'll do everything. You don't really have to worry about too much. You just got to create a couple of TikToks a day or a week for that matter, and we'll take care of the rest, right? Now, technically, that's what the client wants to hear, but is that actually what we need them to do? No. Like, yes, can they just do that and we can make a couple $1,000s a month? Sure. But do you want to make a couple $1,000s a month? Does your client only want to make a couple $1,000s a month? No, you obviously want to make 10, 20, 50, $100,000 a month. And that requires a lot of fucking effort. If it was very easy and you could just make 1 or 2 TikToks or Reels a day, don't you think everybody would have done it by now, right? So lesson number 1 is managing expectations the correct way. So for us, for example, whenever we do a call with a potential client, we are very upfront and honest. We will show the results of a client of ours making over $100,000 a month, and we'll say, look, this is great. You want this? Yes, of course you do. However, it does take a lot of effort. We will require X amount of TikToks, X amount of Reels, X amount of safe for work content for Reddit, X amount of safe for work content for Twitter, and then all of these other things in between that we need to actually leverage to then make more money on OnlyFans, right? Now, what specifically, how much content does she have to create on a daily basis or a weekly basis? 1, if you wanted to learn more about that, we have an entire free course. It was the first link in description. It's a free mini course that'll teach you everything you need to know to get started. If you wanted that, there's a link down below in the YouTube video. And in our actual online coaching program, we give you the exact copy and paste that you can duplicate exactly what we send to our clients on how much content they have to create, when, how often, and so on. And the one more tip I can give about this lesson number 1 is every single person, every single client is completely different. Some clients you take on, they are maybe, they just have responsibilities, right? They have loads of things going on and they have about 2-3 hour window gap every day where they can do OnlyFans, which is creating content and replying to messages or whatever that might be, right? Whereas another client you might sign on and he or she just literally all they do is OnlyFans. Therefore, they have the whole 18 hours or 12 hours, however long they're awake for, right? So it depends on the client. You need to jump on a call with your client, understand their availability, and ask them how much time do you have to create content. Do you think you'd be able to do X amount of content per day? Yes or no? Yes? Okay, cool. Can you definitely guarantee that? Double check it with them. If they agree, fantastic. You've set the right expectations from the get-go. And that's lesson number one. Wrong expectations leads to just your business going down the shitter, right? If you just say what you think the clients want to hear 24/7, it's not going to work out, right? Now, the second lesson that I can give to you guys is doubling down on what already works, right? I think a lot of people, especially people who are just starting out, they'll come on board and they'll think, right, I need to do 100 different things. I need to do both, like when they're just starting out, right? They're like, I need to do Twitter, I need to do dating apps, I need to do Reddit, I need to do YouTube Shorts, and so on and so on, right? Do any of those work? Yes, they all work. However, especially if you're just starting out and you don't have the capital to have virtual assistants and you have a team to do, etc., if you're going to do it all by yourself, neither of them will work if you do all at the same time. You try and spread your energy and time and effort thin, right? So lesson number 2 is double down on what's already working. So if you take on a client and this specific client is doing very well on Twitter, she has 130,000 followers on Twitter, right? And she has fantastic content. She gets loads of engagement. Great. In my opinion, your best bet would be to double down on Twitter. Perhaps get another second or a third account as well. Then also hire some virtual assistants to log into the account, start retweeting some other tweets, start commenting under other viral tweets. So again, in this YouTube video, if you're watching this, if you stay till this long, you're about to get some free value. So one method that works very, very well on Twitter specifically is you want to find other pages on Twitter that are posting just generic news. When I say news, by the way, I'm not talking about some like wildfire or some tornado in America. Not like that type of news. I'm talking about current up-to-date news about social media, influencers, celebrities, just that type of news, right? There's fucking hundreds of these pages on Twitter. You find these pages, you make sure you follow them from the girl's account, you turn on the bell notification, right? That's the key here. You turn on the bell notification, which means on your phone, whenever this page tweets anything, you will get a notification straight away that this page tweeted. As soon as this page tweets, you need to click into that tweet straight away. It's all about timing. As soon as you click into that tweet, you need to then comment something from the girl's account, something relating to that post. So if it's a post about, it can be about anything. Let's just say the World Cup is on right now, right? Like football. Then you need to tweet something. Ideally, this would be the perfect case scenario. If your girl has a football jersey on, right? Like a t-shirt with the England top on or whatever, right? And she's holding a football and she's obviously showing, something that the people would want to see. You then want to comment that with a photo or the video attached to it. And then with a comment like the text, something relating to the actual tweet itself. Hopefully this makes sense. This is not very rocket science, but this works at scale. So if you're just doing it by yourself, that's fantastic. Once you understand how that works, you can then create what's called an SOP, like a standard operating procedure, which is the document. Again, in our coaching program, we teach you all of this in full detail. We'll give it to you. So if you want the coaching program in more detail, again, check out the link down below. So then once you understand how to do it yourself, you then want to create this document and then hire a virtual assistant to do it for you. You can have 1, 2, 3 virtual assistants that do this around the clock. Therefore, your OnlyFans model's Twitter account is commenting and engaging with tons and tons and tons of other pages and therefore gaining millions of impressions. For us, for example, we're gaining roughly anywhere from 18 to 35 million impressions every month, every 28 days on Twitter, which is pretty cool stuff, right? It doesn't cost us a whole lot. That also can work for Instagram as well, by the way. So, for example, the same idea, you follow a bunch of pages that are posting things that get loads of engagement, you turn on the bell notification, and then from your model's Instagram account, you go into that post, you comment something underneath it that is relating to the actual post itself. Boom. From then on, you're going to get a bunch of people liking the comment. And then obviously if the profile picture is of a hot girl, people are going to click into her profile, see that she's hot, follow, and then eventually click onto the link. Or you obviously do a call to action on the story with a discount or etc. Makes sense, right? And also, by the way, this is like an extra thing that I haven't even written down here, but I just wanted to give to you guys as kind of value. Also, by the way, if you're enjoying this, please leave a like on these videos. These are more like raw cut. As you can see, there's no editing. It's just me talking. Like, I'm imagining you here and I'm trying to give you as much value and advice as possible. So if you're liking these videos, please leave a like. With every single one of these videos, if they get more likes, it makes me more motivated to make more of these videos and help you guys out, okay? So the other thing that I wanted to add as another piece of value is you have to be creative. It's all about trying to be as creative as possible, right? So that idea I just gave there about, let's just say the World Cup, like football is on right now. You should message your girl, hey, or your client, right? Hey, we know that the World Cup final is this Saturday. So on Thursday, can you please make sure you get this many photos, this many videos of you in a jersey with a football, etc., etc. Maybe you need to order the top. Maybe you need to order a football. Do these things because you're thinking outside of the box here. Does that make sense? Yeah? Cool. Which also, by the way, talking about being creative leads me on to the last point, lesson number 3, is about niching down your creator. Now, what does that mean? So if you are working with a model, an OnlyFans creator, and they are just hot, there's nothing like unique or different about them. They're just your standard 5'5" blonde girl who maybe looks hot, right? Okay, can you help her get to 10, 20, 25, 30,000 a month? Of course you can. Will it be easier to get her to 40, 50, 60, maybe even 100,000 a month if she had something specific about her, if she was known for something very, very specific? Yes. Here's why. One, it's like red ocean, blue ocean, right? If everybody's doing this thing over here, everybody just blends in and it's just like everyone's the same. But then there's this one person that stands out specifically for this thing, right? That's the idea of red ocean, blue ocean. The second thing is social media works in such a way where if you watching this, if you're into cars, for example, and you're on Instagram Reels or TikToks and you interact with one TikTok or a Reel that is relating to cars and you like it, whatever, then Instagram or TikTok will think, well, this guy likes cars. Let me show him some more. You interact with it again. And it's like, all right, I'm starting to understand who this person is. He's really into like this specific car. And he's going to keep showing you these specific cars. Not just any car, like a specific model, like a Ferrari 458. If you specifically interact with these photos of that car or videos or TikToks, it will show you more of these videos and photos of that specific car, right? Now, with these simps, right, these OnlyFans fans, subscribers, it's the same thing. Now, if they are interacting with, let's just say, an emo chick, right, TikTok and Instagram is going to realize that that's the type of girl, not just any type of girl. These are the specific type of girls that this specific guy is into. And therefore, it's going to show more and more of these specific girls. Whereas if your model, if your client is just doing little TikTok dances and she just looks hot, that's it, she's going to blend in with everybody else. The chances of her going viral and being pushed to a specific demographic, specific group of people is a lot less likely than if she was in a specific group of people. Hopefully this is making sense. Guys, let me know what other videos you'd like me to record as well. Any questions you guys have, put them in the comments and I might just answer that on the next YouTube video.